Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the performance of the Int LR Metal Cooler Army in the Fearsome Activation Cell Max event. Now obviously my disclaimer as always for this event stands. The Fearsome Activation Cell Max event is an event that is best taken on with units that have guard, high levels of damage reduction, or high levels of evasion, or both. It is not an event you should be using to evaluate units. It is not an event you should be using to evaluate anything. It is just a fun event that has units that have a bonus against it, and it's just a fun hard event to test units out. But it is a great way to see how units handle high levels of damage, especially the final phase against tech Cell Max. If a unit can tank tech Cell Max's normals without dying, or even a super without dying, they're pretty good defensively. So one thing always is that Int characters have a natural advantage because Cell Max is tech type in the final phase, which means Metal Cooler Army does indeed have a natural advantage because he is or they, I guess, in inverted commas, are a Int type unit. So that's pretty huge when you want to consider like how big that is for like the unit in general. So the big thing for Metal Cooler Army is whether they survive the physical phase, as obviously that's where they are challenged the most. But there could be a very interesting option for the tech phase of Cell Max because of this natural advantage. They have guard already, so everything else about them could be pretty good. Now, of course, we'll just kind of talk about their EZA. So they're 120% extreme class lead across the board, which is pretty decent. They raise attack and defense on their 12 key and cause colossal damage to the enemy while greatly lowering defense, which is, of course, also pretty nice. They raise defense for 1 turn and cause mega colossal damage to the enemy while raising extreme class allies attack by 30% for 2 turns on their 18 key, which is pretty good. They recover 8% health and have attack and defense of 100% at the start of turn, and they will raise attack and defense by up to 100%. The greater the amount of HP remaining, the bigger the boost of defense they're gonna get. They give artificial lifeform category units key +3 and defense 30%. And they have a high chance of launching up to 2 additional attacks, each of which has a medium chance of becoming a super attack. So if a high chance is 50% and medium is 30, that means they're basically going to have a 15% chance to fire off 2 additional super attacks, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you'd be surprised how much more frequently it activates than you'd think. Once the super attack activates, the percentage rate of the super attack actually happening goes up because of the whole probability cause and effect thing. So you'd be surprised how much it actually happens, especially with a hidden potential build that features some additional. There's always propensity for it to occur. Now overall, Cell Max is pretty good. Cell Max overall, Int LR Metal Cooler Army is pretty good. I really like them. I think they do a great job. They are Link level 10, which is pretty big for them as a unit. And yeah, overall, that does help them out. Their links are really good, so them having Link level 10 is huge, especially on a team like this. Big Bad Bosses, for example, is at 25% when it's maxed, which is huge. Strongest clan in space is pretty big. Auto regeneration is a big one for them, especially linked up with a physical LR Metal Cooler. That 5% health recovery and that damage reduction of 5% is big, especially when you measure up how much they need defense in this event. Shocking Speed gives them 5% defense, Nightmare gives them attack, Fear and Faith, and Legendary Power, not so important, but yeah. Overall, I think their link set is pretty important, especially Big Bad Bosses and auto regeneration. I think not that it's not that it's like impossible if you don't have it, but I just think for the most part that there is definitely possibly mandatory in inverted commas. Like, I don't want to say it's compulsory. I don't want to say it's mandatory, but it could definitely be considered mandatory to link level them, because they do improve a lot, and especially the health requirement for big bad bosses, especially in an event like this where they possibly could be at full health at the beginning of a turn because of the healing. It's pretty clutch. 77k, 78k, that's a lot, obviously, but you're gonna see them get triple supers here, which is pretty clutch. You know, I know triple supers is not common, but that is pretty big. They could potentially fire off one more, but they didn't. And you're going to see them tank a super attack. So you're going to see how big the difference is with them being able to get that many supers off. All of a sudden, they're only taking single digits. They're not taking huge damage. We still will get the health recovery. We have the 5% damage reduction active because of auto regeneration. So yeah, it's pretty good. Obviously, it's in the specific scenario that they tank so well. You know, if Cellmax had hit 5 normal attacks before they'd attacked, we would have taken 350k damage. So you can't just measure it and say, oh, well, they're really good because they, you know, did well that turn. But yeah, they could be a really good floating option. I wouldn't put them as a first slot tank. I mean, it works here, but I wouldn't do it. But they could be a great floating option, a great second slot option, anything like that, and they're going to be looking really, really good. And yeah, I think overall, you know, you have to kind of consider like how well built this team is. See here we get KO'd, but that's okay because we have Metal Cooler, and Metal Cooler is going to revive us, which is pretty clutch. And yeah, I think the big thing with LR Metal Cooler Army is that they fit a really good slot in helping out this Wicked Bloodlines team. Like, the Wicked Bloodlines team was already a pretty strong team to take on Cellmax, but with this Metal Cooler Army, I genuinely think they are in a very powerful spot to take on Cellmax, because having an int unit that's able to tank after supers is something that the team needed. And the fact that he provides support and augments the physical LR coolers is also pretty clutch, because he will do damage. He'll naturally do damage just by design. I have no idea how we got so many 5% dodges there, but hey, not complaining. And yeah, you can see, again, exceptional performance by the cooler because of the dodges. But it's all adds up, you know, all these things add up. You can see how much he tanks afterwards. Not a single second super, by the way, great. I don't know what's going on with these 5% dodges. But yeah, Cooler Metal Army doing a great job. Doing a fantastic job as a unit, personally speaking. I think there's huge place for them as a unit on this team. I think they perform a fantastic role. I think they provide necessary support. And I think overall, they do bring out not maybe the best in the team, like it's in they make every unit look great, but I think they work to such a good scenario that they make every unit function well, or they fill in a good slot on the team, especially alongside the physical LR cooler. I genuinely just think they really augment that unit. I think physical LR Metal Cooler is a great unit, and him having a designated 5-link 30% defensive support makes him look so much better, especially one that's so good after super. It just surprises me. It is such a fantastic combination that they really are, and I genuinely enjoy running them like a ton. I love running them as a combination. They're a fantastic combination to run. Yes, LR Metal Cooler Army is maybe not as good as people wanted them to be, but I think in their role, in their connection with physical LR Metal Cooler, I think they're pretty good. I think if you have physical LR Metal Cooler or you have a Wicked Bloodlines team, you're thinking about whether to get them or easy air them, I think you definitely should. I think there is value in them. And I think, yeah, they do a great job. They did a great job in this run. Yes, there was a bit of RNG involved, I won't lie, but they did a pretty good job. And even the fact that they don't take that much damage from his normals is still pretty impressive to me. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, you can leave a like, I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, leave a comment and let me know. But I'll see you next time. Bye.